Hello friends, myself Subrata Mukherjee and you are watching my channel Dr. Subrata Mukherjee Distance Learning in Commerce. Today I am going to discuss another problem on cash flow statement. Here I have shown you how to calculate cash from operating activities. I would like to request all my viewers to subscribe my channel. I would like to request all the students who are watching this channel to record the question with solution in your notebook and feel free to communicate with me if you have any difficulty in understanding through email or the WhatsApp number given in the description box. Compute cash from operations from the following information. Profit for the year 2019 is a sum of rupees 10,000 after providing depreciation of rupees 2,000. The current assets and current liabilities of the business for the year ending 31st December 2019 and 2020 are as follows. So the balance of sundry debtors are 10,000, 12,000. Provision for doubtful debts 1,000, 1,200. Then bills receivable 4,000, 3,000. Bills payable 5,000, 6,000. Sundry creditors 8,000 and 9,000. Inventories 5,000 and 8,000. Short-term investment 10,000, 12,000. Outstanding expenses 1,000, 1,500. Prepaid expenses 2,000 and 1,000. Accrued income 3,000, 4,000. And income received in advance 2,000, 1,000. So here we are going to prepare the cash flow from operating activities or cash from operations. So I am writing calculation of cash flow from operating activities. So the profit for the year has been given, which is after charging depreciation for rupees 10,000. So I have to write it here. Profit for the year after charging depreciation is rupees 10,000. A depreciation being a non-cash item, so I have to add back the amount of depreciation. So depreciation is for rupees 2,000. So this is profit before changes in working capital. So I have arrived at this figure, that is profit before changes in working capital, which is calculated at rupees 12,000. Now in the question, the current assets and current liabilities are given. So I have to write here the changes, the effect of the change in the value of current asset and current liability. So the first item given in the question is regarding the sundry debtors, and there is a increase in the amount of sundry debtors over the period. So sundry debtor is and for your understanding, I am writing the current asset or current liability just for your understanding. So the first item is the current asset, which is the sundry debtors. And since there is an increase in the amount of sundry debtors, so I have to reduce this difference. So I am writing here less increase in sundry debtors. So sundry debtor balance has been increased by rupees 2,000. So in the inner column I am writing increase in sundry debtor. So all of you know that if there is an increase in current asset, we have to reduce the figure, and if there is a decrease in current asset, we have to add back. As because the increase in sundry debtors or current asset, it represents the outflow of cash, and when there is a decrease in current asset, it means there is an inflow of cash. So similarly, if there is an increase in current liability, it means there is a inflow of cash, and if there is a decrease in current liability, there is outflow of cash. So the next item is regarding the provision for doubtful debt. So provision for doubtful debt is a part of your current liability. So and there is a increase in the provision, so I have to add back. So add back increase in provision for doubtful debts, and the difference is for rupees 200. The next item is regarding the bills receivable. So there is a decrease in the value of bills receivable. So bills receivable is a part of your current asset. So I have to add back. That is decrease in bills receivable. This is for rupees 1000. Next item is bills payable. So there is an increase in the amount of bills payable. You can see in the question. So I have to add back. Increase in bills payable. And the amount is for rupees 1000. Next item is Sunday creditors. So there is again increase in Sunday creditors. So I have to add back, and Sunday creditors is a part of your current liability. So I have to add back increase in sundry creditors. And the amount is for rupees again 1000. So the next item after Sunday creditors is inventory. So there is an increase in inventory, and inventory is a part of your current asset. So we have to reduce it. So increase in inventory, and the amount is for rupees 3000. Next is your short-term investment. So there is an increase in short-term investment, and short-term investment is a part of your current asset. Since there is an increase in short-term investment, we have to reduce this figure difference. So increase in short-term investment, and the amount is for rupees 2000. Next item is outstanding expense. Outstanding expense means is a part of your current liability. Since there is an increase in outstanding expense, we have to add back. So add increase in outstanding expenses, and the amount is for rupees 500. Next is your prepaid expense. Prepaid expense is a part of your current asset, and there is a decrease in prepaid expense, so we have to add back. So decrease in prepaid expense, and the amount is for rupees 1000. Next is your accrued income. So accrued income is a part of your current asset, that is receivable, and there is an increase in accrued income, so we have to reduce this figure. So increase in accrued income, amount is for rupees 1000. The last item is income received in advance. So income received in advance is a part of your current liability, and there is a decrease in income received in advance, so we have to reduce this difference. So decrease in income received in advance, and the amount is for rupees 1000. So if you add the differences, you will get a total of minus 4300. And if you add up with the profit that I have calculated before changes in working capital, that was 12,000, you will get cash from operating activities, and the amount is for 7,700. So you can see the calculation in one screen. So the first item is the profit for the year, which is given for rupees 10,000, and we have added the amount of depreciation in order to arrive at fund from operation, or you can say profit before changes in working capital. Now the first item is the sundry debtors. So there is an increase in the amount of sundry debtors. So for your understanding, I am writing here in general concept that increase in current asset means represents that there is an outflow of cash. and decrease in current asset is inflow of cash. So if there is an outflow of cash, we have to reduce the difference, and if there is inflow of cash, we have to add the difference. Similarly, if there is an increase in current liability, it means there is an inflow of cash, because your creditor has increased. It means you have not paid to your creditor. So it is equivalent to inflow of cash, and you have to add the difference. And if there is a decrease in current liability, it means there is an outflow of cash. You have paid your creditors. It means you have paid from your cash. So there is an outflow of cash. And if there is an outflow of cash, you have to reduce the difference. So please remember. So you have to remember these 4 points. Increase in current asset, it represents outflow of cash. Decrease in current asset, it is an inflow of cash. Increase in current liability, it means inflow of cash. And decrease in current liability, it means outflow of cash. So increase in sundry debtors, I have reduced the difference. Then there is an increase in the provision for doubtful debt, I have add back, that is 200. Then there was a decrease in bills receivable, so I have added it back, the difference of rupees 1000. Then there was an increase in bills payable, I have add back, and I have written here the current liability for your understanding. Then there was an increase in sundry creditors, so I added it back. Then there is an increase in inventory. It means there is outflow of cash, and I have reduced the difference. Then there was a short-term investment. Increase in the short-term investment, it represents outflow of cash. I have reduced it for rupees 2000. Then there was an increase in outstanding expense. Outstanding expense means a part of your current liability. And if there is an increase in outstanding expense, it represents inflow of cash, that is 500 rupees. Then there is a decrease in prepaid expense. So prepaid expense means current asset. And since there is a decrease in prepaid expense, I have added it back. Again, there was an increase in accrued income. Accrued income is a current asset. Since there is an increase in accrued income, I have reduced this figure. And the last item is the decrease in income received in advance. So income received in advance is a part of your current liability. And since there was a decrease in your income received in advance, I have reduced the figure of rupees 1000. So I have added this inner column figure, which is minus 4300. Add up with 12,000, you will get cash from operating activities at 7,700. Hope all the students have recorded the question with solution and have tried to follow the process that I have adopted here to solve this question. If you have any difficulty in understanding, feel free to communicate with me through email and the WhatsApp number given in the description box. Thank you. Thanks for watching the lecture.